Oh look, we're live. Khaki. This is Khaki the dog, and we have to go to Wegmans, so we don't want to leave her because dogs are very social, and you don't want to leave the bird alone, and you also want to make sure that the bird is warm. Now, one way that we keep the bird warm is by keeping the Khaki next to us. In other words, Khaki sleeps, she'll sleep on the bed, and she sleeps on our chest, and then there's a sheet that I put over Khaki. So that's a good way to keep a baby bird warm, and I've done it many times with many different species. That there's just no option. You have to keep them warm. If a bird gets cold, they can drop out on you. Now, I have a pigeon named Remy who I love to death, and when she was real young, I woke up one morning and it got a little cold, and I could tell by her feet and her mannerisms that she got too cold. So I warmed her up, this is the truth, in an oven. So I turned on the oven and just sort of held her in there to get her warm. She's doing great. But that's very important if you have a young bird or a sick bird, that you keep them warm. Most hospital boxes for birds, you're looking at above 90 degrees, something like that, 90 degrees and above at least. The temperature that you keep the bird is so important. People don't realize this. People, there's going to be people that are going to get ducks or chickens like right now, and they're going to get them as like a pet, and they're going to die. Now, if you have more than one baby duck, that's you still should use some kind of like a heat lamp, or don't burn them. Or a heating pad that's like an indirect heat. You could try using something like that, but you want to make sure that the birds are kept 90 degrees, something like that. Something else that's very important with like a duck, people are like, well, let's let it swim. You can't let the duck swim right now because its down will get wet and is going to drop its body temperature. So you can't let the duck swim for until it's 3 or 4 weeks old. So don't get a baby duck and put it in. Don't get a baby duck. I think that would be the best thing that I could say. Just about everybody that I know that finds a baby bird and wants to help a baby bird kills it. They kill it. There's a lot of stuff that you need to know to keep a bird alive. In each species, there's different stuff that you need to know, but one of the most important things is that you have to keep them warm. They have to stay hydrated. They have to eat. It's not like a dog or a dog can go for quite some time without eating. It's a fact. Like a wolf might go for 2 weeks without making a kill. It's not a bird. The avian species, they definitely need to eat and get water, like way more than mammals. So depending on the species, what they're eating is very important. And like with this duck, we're not changing the diet on this duck. Don't let the diet change. If you're gonna get chickens or ducks or something, they're young, you keep them on what they're feeding them until a while. That would be even true of Sam the Raven. Sam the Raven, I kept him on the dog chow. Puppy chow is what you feed a baby raven, for a month and a half, 2 months, something like that. I might have switched him after a little bit over a month to a different, higher quality food, but I kept him on, puppy food for a while. So you have to worry about about that. You have to worry about respiratory infections with birds, and you have to you have to worry about gastral problems with the birds. If the bird gets diarrhea, same thing, man. You better be careful. You better be careful with what you're doing. No child should be taking care of a baby duck or a baby chicken. That's just nonsense. That should not be happening. Don't do that. Even if you get a puppy, that's your responsibility. It's not anything that a child can, just don't. So if you're gonna get a duck, like in this state you have to buy 6, but we found somebody to take the other 5. But I've worked with baby birds for so long, I'm like, I keep that baby bird alive. They'll bond to us and won't be a problem. It's more than you think. It's more than you think, and that's what I want to say. Like when we sleep with the baby bird, it's exhausting because, if the baby bird, I've done this for a long time, but if the baby bird, gets down and starts getting underneath your shoulder or underneath and just move a little bit, you'll suffocate it. So you have to be very, very careful. It's about 30 days of stress. 3 weeks. It gets better every day. But people get pets that they shouldn't get. They're not really qualified. Parents get pets for children, which is, well, in my case, it was probably appropriate, but it's probably inappropriate. So this is Khaki. We're going to Wegmans, and I just wanted to show everybody Khaki's doing good. Be careful. And one thing about baby birds, we have the spring coming up. You're going to see baby birds on the ground. Leave them alone. Leave them alone. Don't bother them. If there's feathers, baby birds live on the ground for a few days before they fly up. So just leave them alone. They don't need your help. And if you take it home, you're gonna kill it. You are gonna kill it. You don't know what you're doing. Just leave them alone. Flies need to eat too, so don't get involved.